As most of you watching already know, I was at a convention last weekend. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, met a couple of new people. One of them was a photographer. He was taking pictures both with his main camera and an action camera inside a waterproof case on a chest strap. So, chest strap, action camera, waterproof case. So something a little like this. Chest strap, action camera, waterproof case. It wasn't exactly this specific camera. This is a VO Movie K2. It's kind of old. I don't really recommend it anymore, but I happen to have this lying around, and this chest strap is actually some gift from another photographer friend of mine a couple of years back. So he was going around taking, pictures. I believe it was probably like time lapse or something. Just, snapping, taking. Of course, these events last for hours, and these batteries, they need replacing, whatever. He only had one battery for the camera at the time, so when I was talking with him, he had to charge the camera. So how do we usually charge the camera? Something like this. USB power bank, you can get these anywhere, and a common charging cable. So his plan for charging looks something like this. In order to charge, he would have to remove the camera from the waterproof case and then take the power bank and put it in. And now the camera's charging. Of course, there's only one issue. Now he wasn't able to record. Now I'm going to put some caveats here. Like I said, this camera right here specifically is a VO Movie K2. This specifically has, I'll see if I can bring it in. This one specifically has a tripod hole on the bottom, so I could put this on a tripod ready to go. His specific camera, any other action camera clone, did not have this tripod screw. So purposes of this video, let's pretend like this tripod screw is not here. The only way he could mount this to a tripod or his chest rig was to have it inside the waterproof case, but by putting it in the waterproof case, you can't really have the charging cable on at the same time. As you can see here, it just wouldn't work. It would get in the way. So the only way he could record and charge at the same time was to buy a separate waterproof case and drill on the side of it and run the cable through. Anyways, here's an alternative solution for those of you watching. Another alternative solution is this. This is a clamp style cell phone, mobile phone holder for a selfie stick. I say clamp style because it actually uses this clamp that you can actually dial down. I'm a fan of these. My first cell phone selfie stick holder or whatever was just like the spring-loaded types. I moved away from them since. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a quick system that you can charge the camera and record at the same time, hands-free. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do, not everyone can do this, but in this situation we can. I'm going to take this waterproof case. We're going to put the waterproof case away. Now, like I said, not everyone can do that. If you're going scuba diving, you need a waterproof case. If you're doing a high-action sport, jumping out of an airplane, water skiing, anything like that, if you're doing photography near the pool, you probably need the waterproof case. If you're inside a hotel convention building where the nearest source of water is the toilet or the water stations, you probably don't need a waterproof case. So I live in Florida right now. It's probably like 95 and up right now. A lot of people forget this. You put an action camera inside a waterproof case. They're designed to be water cooled. So you people out there with GoPros, if you take your GoPro, you're recording 4K 60 FPS, and you leave it on the sidewalk for like 15 minutes, inside the waterproof case, it's going to overheat. There's just no way around it. So if the situation allows, if you don't need the waterproof case, you can save yourself some headache. Try removing the waterproof case as you can. Save yourself from overheating. So now we have our camera. So like I said, this is specifically a VO Movie K2. I have a tripod screw. I can mount it right now. I'm good to go. But for purposes of this video, let's say we don't have this tripod screw, which your action camera might not. Remember this? This is where the clamp comes in. I'm going to take the camera, I'm going to put it in the clamp. Now, as you can see here, even if I clamp it all the way, it's kind of loose. It's not very confident. There's a way around it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick, some fabric inside the empty space here. So I'm going to open this up a little bit. Here's an example. This is just some fabric I had lying around from an order I made from a retailer in Georgia. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this fabric inside the empty space, and you could probably use like a napkins or tissues or like maybe a cut up sock. I've used like actual like gym socks as a windscreen for a microphone once when I was really desperate in Georgia. So I'm just going to put that in here just to fill up the empty space, and I'm going to open this up. We have our action camera and we have the selfie stick cell phone holder. I'm going to stick this in here. Alright. Now I'm going to clamp this down. We don't want to make it super tight, but just tight enough. So I'm tightening it. So that's pretty tight. So I'm going to shake it around. As you can see, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, if someone were to like punch it, it's going to fall off. But like I said, if you're not doing like high risk motion activity, this should be perfectly acceptable. So what I'm going to do is, since this one has a tripod screw built in, the selfie stick cell phone holder, I'm going to screw that in this chest rig here again. And there we go. We took the camera out of the waterproof case, so it's not going to overheat, especially if you're recording 4K, especially if you're outdoors, like on a sidewalk. Although, if you're doing something high motion, you might want that waterproof case. And most importantly, I can take this and I can plug it in, and if your camera supports it, you can charge and do whatever recording you have to at the same time. So I'm going to turn this on. I actually haven't used this camera in a while, so I forget, because I have a different action camera. So there we go. I can charge, I can record at the same time. Specifically, this cable might not be long enough if I want to put it inside my pocket. I guess if I was desperate, I would just like loop it like this. Oh, what do you know? That fits. I didn't plan that, by the way. Oh, look at that. So there you have it. I'm totally hands-free. I can, instead of maining from the tiny battery, I can main from a power bank, and if I have a second power bank, I'll just take this off, tactical reload, put another one in, and I can basically do hands-free POV video all day, like plus 4 hours. I'm not worried about overheating. I'm not worried about running out of battery. The only thing I have to worry about is the memory card, but memory cards get bigger every year. So there you have it. And for some reason, this shape just happened to fit with the chest strap here. That was actually really convenient. I didn't plan that. So, like I said, some scenarios you might not need the waterproof case. Like the same time I was there with that gentleman, I was talking to someone else. They went scuba diving. If you're going scuba diving, you need the waterproof case. This does not help you at all. So you'll have to find another way. Maybe get interchangeable batteries. Like when you go back to your boat, you can swap out the battery and go back down, something like that. But otherwise, like I said, sum it up. If you're on land, if you're not near water, if you're not at risk of someone going to like knock off the camera, like if you're going airsofting or whatever, if you can take out the waterproof case, I'd recommend it, so you don't overheat, and you can also keep the camera charged and running as long as you want to. Thank you for watching.